the Memphis Grizzlies select Marcus Banks from UNLV.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is certainly a pleasure now to welcome former Runnin' Rebel NBA veteran, Las Vegan Marcus Banks. You think back to that NBA draft. We were at that bar just waiting and waiting. Bam, 13th, and your name came up. I mean, when you think about that, how cool was that?
It was the coolest thing. You know, I kind of had the opportunity to go to the draft or, you know, stay home and, you know, hang out with friends and family, and, you know, that's what I chose to do. And
that night, do you still think about that? Just how cool that was? Friends, family there, maybe a little bit surprised that you were picked 13th and that lottery pick?
No, it was really, really super fun. You know, we turned it into pretty much a Jersey party.
Yeah,
no, it was a Jersey party, and, you know, you couldn't get in the door unless you had like an old school throwback type of jersey on, and you know, it was a lot of people that showed up. You know, Floyd Mayweather showed up, and, you know, a couple other of my friends showed up. It was really, really good times, though.
And so that was neat. Let's go back now to your time at UNLV. You played high school ball here, Las Vegas. Spoon Hour says, hey, I want you to come play here. And you come to UNLV, and it seems like you guys came so close every year to get into the tournament, almost like one play away.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. You know, it was pretty much a shot every single time, or a free throw. It was something lucky, but you know, the experience was good for me. You know, it was fun, you know, playing here and, you know, in front of the hometown, and, you know, a lot of family and things like that. So, you know, now we're here, you know what I mean? Like, so now we're here to support these young guys coming up now.
What was it like playing for Charlie Spoonhour? Because he was just a terrific guy. I know he was one of your favorite players.
Yeah.
I asked him after you left to the NBA, I said, who was your favorite? He comes right back to you. I was Marcus, man, without hesitation.
You know, hey, rest in peace, you know, Coach Spoon, and, you know, that's a big accomplishment because, you know, Spoon coached a lot of great guys like, you know, Larry Hughes, and, you know, actually he was the first point guard, you know, that, you know, he actually got in the NBA, and, you know, I see why. You know, the pedigree that, you know, Coach Spoonhour came to UNLV with was, you know, really, really hard-nosed, but it was quiet. You know, he was really, really tough on me. I pretty much got all the heat when everyone did something wrong. You know, like, he was just at me. And, you know, at the time I didn't understand it because, of course, I was 18, 19 years old at the time. And, you know, one thing I did, my father kind of instilled in me, like, you know what, no matter what, you put your head down and you keep on working.
Who are some of the NBA players and players that you got really close to that you would call really close friends?
It's so many. I can't even pick right now. Just put a finger because I'm good with everyone. Yeah. You know, anything anyone need from me, they come to Las Vegas, hey, Marcus, you know, and it's the same thing. So, and, you know, like I said, I came in 03, and now it's 2018. So, you know, you can only imagine the time and the things that occurred during those, you know, those 15 years. So, like I said, it's been really fun for me. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. And, you know, that's what, you know, put me in this position in the place I am now.
Let's pivot back now and talk about UNLV basketball present. I know a lot of, you were there the other night, a lot of people aren't showing up. What will it take to get people back, get people fired up, get people excited about that program again?
You know, just, I guess it's just more support. I think we would have to start in the high schools. You know, of course, I would say, you know, on Fridays, if it's a Friday game and, you know, UNLV can do something about it, you know, not saying they could, you know, for me, like, you know, it's just support. And, you know, we have to get that thing going before the football team gets here because it's going to be a lot of fans coming and not knowing which way do they want to go, basketball or football. And like I said, right now UNLV's at the bottom because there's so many different attractions on the Strip. And like I said, I think the best way to make it work is to get into the community and, you know, give some of these tickets out. You know what I mean? Like, do some things and, you know, hand these tickets out to at least the basketball team. You know, I think it's, what, 10 to 15 kids on every team, the girls and guys, you know, and let them bring at least one person. And you know what? For, you know, the way it's supposed to look on camera, it's about the support, and, you know, the team will play better, you know, because that's what it means. What does it mean to have all the lights and no one in the stands? It's like pretty much practicing. Yeah. So I am calling out, you know, for, you know, all you people from Las Vegas and, you know, repping Las Vegas to come on out and support UNLV and, you know, give Coach Menzies the support that he needs to keep this thing going forward.
Before there were the Golden Knights, the Raiders, I mean, it was UNLV. That was the show.
I mean, that's
you
all
grew
it
up with that.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, like, you don't get it. I was a kid and, you know, turning on the TV and my grandmother, you know, she's running across the living room, you know, and Larry Johnson's dunking and Moses Scurry's hollering across. Like, I mean, it was everything. So, I mean, it's like, why not now? I mean, you got the social media going. I mean, everyone can, you know, put in and do your part. Like, it should be that much easier. But I guess we got to get back to winning first, right?
Get back to winning and get some of these local kids to stay home, right? I mean, you stayed home, others have stayed home. I know you know the Hardy family well. There's people over at Gorman. I mean, get some of these local kids that are playing ball here to stay and play at UNLV. I mean,
first of all, I mean, we got to find out what it takes. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's basketball, it's education. You know, what is the reasoning behind, you know, the kids want to choose another school before, you know, representing their city? I mean, it's pretty much like representing your country, right? You wouldn't go and represent another country in the Olympics before you know, the States. So you pretty much look at it that way from Las Vegas. I don't understand why the kids wouldn't want to put the UNLV jersey on to, you know, one day have your name up in the rafters. Like, you know, those were the things that I thought about. Like, I wanted to be like, you know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogman, you know, Greg Anthony. Like, you can go down the list. Those guys paved the way for us. So it's like, well, what happens if you don't keep that list going?
Yeah.
So, you know, and like I said, I mean, I talked to a lot of the ex-players, and, you know, they feel the exact same way. And, you know, they want to, you know, get involved and do whatever they need to do. So, like I said, like, we're here. We have the support. We're trying to get this thing, you know, up and going, and, you know, just tell me where to start.
So the ex-players are willing and ready and want to kind of get involved in this program.
You know, why not? You know, because if you look at it, all ex-players around the city all have AAU programs. You understand? Like, you know, you have guys, Lamar Bigney, you know, you have Eddie Shelby, Brian Lang, you know, I don't want to miss anyone, but, you know, Laurente, you have, you know, of course, it's just guys that, you know, I grew up with. I know for a fact that, you know, all these guys in the city, and these kids, they're breeding these kids. I'm talking about, like, they're mini monsters. You know, I went to a little tournament the other day, and these kids are flying and they're dunking and they're running faster than we were. I'm talking about their arms are longer and things like that. So you're like, but wait a minute, this kid got to be going to UNLV, right? And they're like, and that's the pause in the room, and it's like, what's the problem? Why not? What can we do? You know what I mean? So that's just where we are, and, you know, like I said, I mean, it's a home team effort, and I think everyone has to get involved.
Well, Marcus, I appreciate you being by. Like you were saying, the most important thing, get them to win, get the people back, and, and they'll come back.
Got to win first.
Got to win first. Appreciate you coming by. Thanks so much.
Always good.
There he is, Marcus Banks. Of course, hey, still ahead on the show, we're going to check out the Vegas Golden Knights. Not only the Vegas Golden Knights, but the UNLV hockey team as well. Much more coming up on the Sports Special. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a minute.